Hi everyone, I am Utsile. So Utsile is here because for the first time of learning, he made a successful cut, I can't speak. Okay, what I did is I converted a carbureted system to a fuel injection system. But before I did that, I didn't know anything. I was completely blank. So I'm making this video because I really struggled finding information, knowing what to have, and so forth. So what I did is I went over all the forums. I checked how the various components operated. These will be explained in a few. I'll even share links so that instead of me saying stuff, you can just go to the link and see exactly what should happen. Strength. You ignition. So the computer box is clear. Code is open up. So please. I'm doing the count. So the first thing that you're gonna need to know that is going to work for your wiring harness is going to be how the relays really operate. So tembula for computer box yamakira starting test. Check out where. I think it's worth mentioning that I'm in Botswana in a small town or a small village called Odi. So the reason why I decided to do things myself is because I was living in another town called Palape. I didn't know anything or a lot about cars. So when I was there, I used to use these mechanic guys from the Zimbabweans in Botswana. When you go to a Zimbabwean, you ask him, do you know how to cut grass? Yes. Do you know how to build a house? Yes. Can you change my car tire? Yes. Do you know how the engine operates? Yes. So they know everything. So I trusted that these mechanic guys would help me build the car engine. So what they did is they charged me a lot of amount of money, and they did a shitty job, to be honest. Well, they said they were building an engine for me. All they did was they changed the rings in place. Changing the rings in place means they didn't take out the whole engine. They took out the head and then replaced the rings. And then, there you go. Your car is ready to work. After 2-3 years, the car starts to smoke again. So, what is this? Also, again, the car didn't have power, so I didn't understand what was going on. So I decided to do this project for myself. I'll mention all the tools that I had to buy. I had to buy a lot of tools before actually buying the engine. But you don't spend much with yourself because labor for those guys will be around 2,000 pula, and then the tools I bought is little over 1,000. But a set for around 300, another set for around 150. All these tools are used to build the engine, and for wiring, the only thing I needed was the multimeter. So really, I think it's best doing things yourself. Malaitia ke go ya duma ke ile wiring sengwe le sengwe ke go setsa gore ke e routera so la utlwa ke re ke ya rage so ya ile engine ke ile wiring mare se la bona ba khasana ke o ta ke sota out na boy YouTube a re utlwa ka mara go dira ya no what I'm wondering. Yeah, sorted. 2 liter in. So maybe I should mention what I work as. I work at the University of Botswana. I work as a laboratory demonstrator. I am a chemist by profession, MSc. So all this research, thanks to the MSc qualifications that I've got. I've got the MSc from Botswana International University of Science and Technology, where I was supervised by a very good gentleman, Dr. Fastan Baiwa. Very, very good guy. Taught me how to research. So this field of mechanics and wires, I didn't know anything. So I made progress. You'll be impressed if you saw my work. So a few guys that I think I should mention and say a few things when you're trying to have this conversion. As follows. I went through a list of guys on YouTube. Number one, there's a guy, is a Broken Law Garage, and we have Late Customs, and then we have Douche Auto Parts, Humble Mechanics. Yeah. So amongst all these guys, I would say I give props or 5-star to Humble Mechanics, and then a lady called Faye to Douche Auto Parts. As for Late Customs and Broken Law, yes, the guys can really show you where the loopholes are. But when you want to do something yourself, they don't really help much. They'll give you information and still leave you with so many questions, even the questions you didn't have before coming to watch the video. But they are very, very important guys. I would say for them, before making these videos, they must make sure what kind of content they want to deliver to the viewers. So the guy in Humble Mechanics, he really knows his stuff, and when he says what should be done, it really helped me when building the engine. He knows what can go wrong, what should be done, what precautions to take when you're building the engine, especially to clean your surroundings as well as your hands. I saw his videos mostly on the VR6. And then Faye on Douche Auto Parts, she really helped me when it came to understanding how to change the transmission for mk1, VW mk1. And then the Late Customs and the Broken Law Garage guys, they really inspired me to show that this is really possible. So without them, I couldn't have done this build. So even though they don't give out much information that can give output, not output, and can give you confidence to do things yourself, but they really motivate you because they are showing all the problems, the things that you need. You can see, yeah. So having said this, I'll now go on to my demonstration. Why you do rasta again? Kupro wa muda kana ya. Kione. So kya ka ha once how wiring or onense ha. But means the way it's so everything is connected. I'm making this video because I have successfully converted to the carburetor system to the fuel injection system. So the only thing that is left now is for me to get the wiring harness and routed such that it doesn't become messy in the car. But what I will do is I will take out the pin out and then where I encountered problems, I'll even tell you what happened. I encountered a few problems, especially when it comes to grounding. I'll talk about that. And then the engine, for building the engine, I didn't have any problem. The problem was with the wiring harness. So, like I said, all this information I got from YouTube, and it was quite comprehensive. It is amazing what YouTube can do for you. So, let me share the details on the pin out as well as the wiring itself. Like I said, I think the major challenges with regard to, or with respect to, the relays. In conclusion, my objective is to give a comprehensive how-to video. So I think I might go into detail when it comes to those relays, what you need to connect, how they work and so forth, all the pinouts as you have seen in the diagrams there. So please, if you need that, because I think for the engine, all the information is there on YouTube, but the limited information I think is on the wiring harness itself. So if you need that, please give me a comment on the comment section and like my page, and then I'll really get back to you on the next part 2. I'll make sure I do a comprehensive video on how to make a wiring harness and all the components that you're going to need